Hey friends, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I am super excited to share with you this DIY faux fur pillowcase that is perfect for the holiday season. So stay tuned. I found this fabric at Walmart. Yes, Walmart, and it's also available at Hobby Lobby and I'm sure other fabric stores. But I had a pillow or a set of pillows on hand already that I wanted to repurpose, and I just measured the size cover that I wanted and I marked it on the back. And I'll also show you another way how I kept a template, so if I wanted to make other pillows of this size, I'll have it already on hand. So to do this, I have a 22-inch zipper and a pair of fabric scissors, smaller detail scissors for thread, and another pair of scissors to cut the zipper. I do not want to use my fabric scissors for that. And for the back of the cover, I also picked up some of this satin backing fabric. It was also at Walmart and it was on sale for, I want to say, $1.50 a yard. So with some packing paper that I had on hand, I just measured out the size cover that I wanted so that I can use this over and over when I need to cut the back of my fabric. Okay, so an alternative to the packing paper, because of its flimsiness, I now transferred this size pattern onto a white poster board, and it's good because I can tuck it behind a shelf and not have to worry about folding it or the paper ripping. So if you were to do something like this, you can definitely use paper if you choose, but I chose to do a sturdier cardboard or poster to have my template on. And I used that to cut the satin piece and also the fur piece, and I want to share with you how I have found to cut this fur, because you can get it everywhere and it's hard to pick up. So of course there's the side with the fur, and then if you flip it over, you'll see that there is a fabric piece on the back. But if you just cut the fur as is like this, it's going to have a very blunt haircut, and I mean, it's going to shed. Look at that. It's going to get everywhere and you're going to get so frustrated with your project. So if you like that blunt edge, that's solely up to you, but a lot of shedding will occur. But if you flip it on the back of the faux fur, you'll see that there is some fabric back there, and I chose to use the smaller detail scissors to cut this, and I go in between the fur to where I'm only cutting the backing. I hope that makes sense. So I am trying my best to avoid the fur, and I am kind of splitting the hairs just to cut the backing. And look what happens. You'll see that the fur just naturally pulls apart and it is less of a mess. Now you will have some shedding, but it's not going to be as bad as if you just cut it right across. So that is my trick, and I am so happy that I found that. So I wanted to share that with you. So now that I have my fur and my satin cut, I now need to find out where I want to put the zipper. And looking at this fur, it's a direction to it, and you can kind of see some lines, some indentations in there, and I don't want that to be on the other side. I want the fur to fan down. So this is where I'm going to place my zipper at the bottom. So as the pillow lays on the couch, it won't have the zipper up top. It'll be hidden under the bottom, and of course with the fur hanging over it. So I do know that this is the section that I want to put the zipper. I failed to mention that I am going to be using my sewing machine for this project, and if you are a newbie like me, just come along for the ride. So to put the zipper onto the pillow cover, I am using my zipper foot, and most sewing machines come with this little nifty tool. And if you're not a sewer, I'm sure you can use Fabri-Tac, but just come along for the ride for this particular sewing project. So with my zipper, I secured it to the satin backing with Wonder clips and I place the zipper face down. And at the beginning of the zipper, I am not going to sew at the very beginning because of the zipper, and I will finish that part off a little later. But I am just wanting to secure the zipper to the backing, and then once I have a straight stitch going all the way down, and I'm going to finish it up with a reverse stitch just so it can be a little bit more secure. I am going to then go back to the top, unzip the zipper, and then continue sewing the part that is left undone. Using the zipper foot really makes it easy to sew a straight stitch close to the zipper so that it gives it a more clean and professional look. You can try to use your regular foot, but I found that, for me learning this year, this is the best way for me to do it. So I am finishing that off with a back stitch, and here it is at the top where I skipped sewing the top together, and I am going to unzip it, and then now without that big zipper being chunky in the way of the foot, I can now go ahead and finish with a straight stitch. So I'll start off with a reverse stitch. I'll sew, then I'll do a reverse stitch just to keep it in place, and that's what you see right here. And I'm going to continue on giving this a straight stitch, just stitching up the areas that were not stitched at the beginning. And there it is. The pieces are together and my zipper is on, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with the fur piece. So now it's time for me to secure the zipper to the fur side, and that's what I'm going to show you here. And I, it's almost similar to making a bag. So face down, the fur is going to be facing down, and thank goodness it works that way so that you don't have to try to sew over the fur. So I am going to use my wonder clips to secure the faux to the satin part with the zipper, and I'm just going to do that on the side that is not sewn. And as I am laying the fabric down, you want to, hide the fur, tuck it in as much as possible so that it doesn't get caught in your zipper foot. Once I secure the top of the zipper section with the zipper foot, I am going to switch out using the regular sewing foot to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance all around the cover, and I am going to also unzip the zipper so that I will be able to flip the pillow inside out like this. And those corners are so important. So I have a wooden dial that I keep on hand, and I just poke those corners out on all 4 sides. Well, mainly 2, and then the side with the zipper is not so difficult. And that is it. That is it. As you can see, here is the side with the zipper. It's at the bottom. There may be a little stray furs that are there, but you can definitely trim those off. Y'all, this was so easy and I love it. The case that I found that I wanted was about $35, and I wanted 3 pillows, and then I wanted some for my bedroom. I just didn't want to pay that much, so I got creative. And when I saw this fur, I knew that the stars had aligned for me to do this. I'm so in love with this project. If you like this, please give this video a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe and let me know what you think about it down in the comment area. Until next time, friends, have a great day.